So, for those of you that haven't seen or might not know, Whoopi Goldberg has tried to, in a recent statement she made on The View, she took things way too far, right? And I know why she did it. See, we now live in the age of the internet. And in the age of the internet, we know that a lot of these celebrities, a lot of these talking heads, a lot of these media people, they look at the internet just like we do. See, this is the first time in history that the celebrities know what we're thinking, right? It's just like the back and forth between Drake and Kendrick earlier this summer. A lot of their responses to each other was based off of what we were saying. So if one of them dropped a record, they could immediately go to the internet and get feedback. And so could the other. And so when they dropped the record, you could see our influence in what they were saying as they were going back and forth. And you're also seeing this with the media, right? Now, the reason why I say this is because people have been questioning the Democrats or the left, saying, how are you, first of all, you're pushing this agenda saying that we should vote for Kamala Harris for these frivolous reasons. You guys are out of touch. You don't understand that the reason why people voted for Donald Trump is because of the cost of living, right? They voted for him because they want to see lower prices when it comes to energy, when it comes to gas, when it comes to food, when it comes to housing, all of the things that matter to everyday Americans, right? So we've been on the internet charging all of these folks up because most of these people that are speaking for Kamala Harris are rich. They got plenty of money. They don't know what the average American is going through, right? So what I suspect is since we've been online saying this, they've been paying attention to it, which caused Whoopi Goldberg to jump on The View and say this.
You have one candidate who has been running for 12 years. Yeah. Who lies and changes things. I appreciate that people are having a hard time. Me too. Yeah. I work for a living. If I had all the money in the world, I would not be here. Okay? So I'm a working person.
There you have.
I'm going to rewind that again. So you can hear the ridiculousness.
Put this together, folks.
When you have one candidate who has been running for 12 years, yeah. Who lies and changes things, I appreciate that people are having a hard time. Me too. Yeah. I work for a living. If I had all the money in the world, I would not be here. Okay? So I'm a working person.
There you have it.
She's a working person. So, like I said, Whoopi Goldberg must have seen, or some of her people must have seen, all of us calling out the hypocrisy of these rich, wealthy celebrities telling everyday people that they need to vote for Kamala Harris and stop worrying about this, worrying about that. Because you did have some people saying, oh, you're going to vote for lower gas prices over women's rights, which has made Americans even more angrier. Like, what? So I would imagine somebody in her team, or she just saw it herself, and so she decided to get on The View and virtue signal in a way that only can be described as Mr. Fantastic / Stretch Armstrong. Because what Whoopi was trying to do is identify with the average everyday American by saying that, well, I can appreciate everybody's struggle. I struggle too. I'm a working person. If I had all the money in the world, I wouldn't be here. I'm a working person too. First of all, Whoopi Goldberg, did you forget that we, as Gen Xers, have seen you on television and in movies for the majority of our lives? I can tell you right now, Whoopi Goldberg has been on TV since I was in grade school. And I'm in my 40s. You've been in movies, television, and now you're sitting on The View. And guess what? This is what's so amazing about this, right? Whoopi Goldberg is worth, I think, like $60 million, right? Let me look up Whoopi's net worth. Let's look up Whoopi's net worth in 2024. And of course, there are mad articles talking about this because it's ridiculous if we really want to be honest. They're saying that Whoopi Goldberg is worth an estimated $60 million. She's worth $60 million. Now, some people could argue, well, that's net worth. You could own property, you could own businesses, some of that money could be in your house. We don't know what type of house Whoopi lives in, but I doubt that she lives in a house that's half of that net worth. I doubt she lives in a $30 million house. You feel what I'm saying? But regardless, let's look up Whoopi's pay. Let's look up her salary at The View, right? They're saying that back in, let's see, it's worth mentioning that while Whoopi's salary for The View is currently unknown, Variety reported back in 2016 that her contract was estimated to be in the 5 to 6 million range. So, back in 2016, Whoopi has been making anywhere from $5 to $6 million annually working at The View. Now, do you expect us to believe, right? Do you expect us to believe that between 2016 to 2024, we're only 2 years away from it being 10 years? So from 2016 to 2024, do you really expect us to believe that Whoopi Goldberg has not negotiated a higher contract? So we don't even have to know her actual salary. We know it didn't drop. So at the very least, we can say that it is what it was in 2016 at the very least, right? So for Whoopi Goldberg to sit up there on The View in that condescending way and say that she understands the struggles of the average everyday American, knowing she's been in Hollywood since forever. When was the last time you think Whoopi Goldberg missed a meal? When was the last time that Whoopi Goldberg struggled to pay her mortgage, struggled to pay her light bill? Like, does she really believe that we believe this? So You have a net worth of $60 million in addition to making at least $6 million a year. And we're supposed to believe that you're struggling? Now, let me tell y'all something from my own personal experience, right? Shout out to Engine Joe. He said, Karen Elaine Johnson commentary is disgusting and disturbing. Whoopi, she is working to maintain a lifestyle, not survival. That's facts. That is facts. That is facts. And by the way, don't think that we don't. First of all, Whoopi, we know how savvy you are as far as your career. How do I know? Press 1 if y'all want to know how I know she's savvy as far as her career. Press 1 if y'all want. Press 1 if y'all want to know how I know. Because when she got to Hollywood, she changed her name to Whoopi Goldberg. Why do y'all think she changed her name to Whoopi Goldberg? Because I'm going to tell you the truth. As a kid, I used to wonder how she got that last name. I used to wonder. I used to say to myself, how did she get that last name? How did she get that last name? And then I said to myself, I said, oh, she changed it. And as I got older, I understood why she changed it, right? But aside from that, right? Let me give you something about my personal experience with this, right? Now, keep in mind, I'm not worth no $60 million. And I certainly do not make $6 million a year. That's for damn sure. That's for damn skippy. If I made that kind of money, y'all would know it. Okay? Y'all would know it. But even with my current financial situation, I can honestly say that I do not currently know the struggle of the working class. I can remember what my struggle was a few years ago, but today's economy is not a few years ago. The cost of living today is drastically higher than it was years ago when I was struggling. But currently, at the cost of living of today, I'm not struggling. I'm not missing no meals, right? And I know some of my haters is going to clip that so they can make their fat jokes. It is what it is. You feel me? I just went and bought a brand new freaking 2024 Corvette. I'm not struggling, right? Now, I can say I feel for the people who are struggling. I can say, damn, this is messed up. I know people want a better situation, but I am not in no way, shape, or form going to sit my ass up here on this platform and pretend that I'm in the same situation as the people who are in the working class. So for her to sit up there worth $60 million, making $6 million a year, making a statement like, I'm insulted. I'm insulted. Because she technically gets paid to do the same shit I'm doing right now. Only difference is she doesn't have to do it as much as I do. She's on a panel with multiple people, which means she don't got to talk the entire time. She doesn't have to talk at length each session the way I do. But she gets paid infinitely more than I do to do that. And let me tell you something. Let's be real about something. There is nowhere in this country that you can live with a net worth of $60 million, making $6 million a year, where you're going to struggle. I don't care where you're living. I don't care if you live in California. I don't care if you live in New York. I don't care if you live in Miami. Anywhere you live in this country, making $6 million a year at a net worth of $60 million, you're going to live a plush life. Okay? Unless you out here wilding out, unless you out here buying a Lamborghini every other month, you feel me, and living in a 50-room mansion, you are not going to be struggling. You're not going to be struggling making that kind of money. I'm sorry. And this is the reason why it's time for the legacy media to go. Because the amount of money that they're paying, look, let me say this. Y'all mind if I flex real quick? Y'all mind if I flex real quick? Y'all mind? Y'all mind? I'm about to flex. I'm about to flex so hard. I might bust out of this damn hoodie. I'm about to flex so hard. Let's be real. These clowns make that kind of money, and they're not even as good as me when it comes to this talk show shit. They're not. Shout out to XX, said maybe she gets paid that much to say whatever they want her to say. She's been doing it so long that she believes the shit she's putting out. Whoopi Goldberg, let me tell you something. Whoopi Goldberg is not better than me when it comes to being a, I guess, talk show host. I don't know. Or talk show commentator. She's not better than me. She's not better than the vast majority of YouTubers. She's not. There are YouTubers with smaller channels than mine that are better than her. Better than Joy Behar, better than that whole crew. Now, if you really want to be honest, none of them, in my opinion, are better than independent podcasters and commentators on YouTube. They're just not. They're not. Which is why it's hilarious. The fact that they even think that they can compare themselves, and I'm talking about all of them. I'm talking about the whole legacy media. The fact that they think they can even compare themselves to Joe Rogan is ridiculous. It is utterly ridiculous. They can't. They can't do it. They don't even, like, let's be real. Like, if these individuals did not have a major network backing them with advertising and sponsorships and all of this shit, would they really be doing as well as they've done? No. In fact, you can look at the numbers now and it proves it. It proves it that their form of media is actually dying. And the reason why is because those of us here on YouTube, we get more views than they do. We're more relevant than they are. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. They are a relic of the past. If you really want to be honest. I would rather watch whatever podcast than watch The View. I would rather watch Fresh and Fit than watch The View. I would rather watch any number of YouTube content creators and podcasts than The View or CNN or MSNBC or any of that crap. In fact, I heard somebody say something. I can't remember the exact numbers. Somebody was saying that on one of their primetime shows on CNN, they were getting like 200,000 views in a week. I said 200,000 views. I've gotten that for one stream. I've gotten that for one stream. I've gotten that for one stream. Literally one stream. Tootie Bug said Joe is not a solo show, though. He always got guests. You're primarily all you. Very rarely do you have folks on, at least since I have been around, Angryman. Yeah. Because I'm old school. You feel me? I'm old school. I'm like Petey Green. I'm like Rush Limbaugh. You feel me? I don't got to have nobody up here. It could just be me, and it's gonna be entertaining than a motherfucker. You feel me? I'm old school like that. You feel me? I can hold it down by myself because a lot of the shows I watched back in the day, it was always somebody that was solo. You feel me? What's my man's name that had the radio show that was really popular out in California? What is his name? Oh my God, I can't think of his name right now. Shit. What is his name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. What's old boy's name? Tom Likas. Tom Likas. See, my style of show is akin to a Petey Green with his radio show, Rush Limbaugh, Tom Likas. You feel what I'm saying? Any of the podcasters that you see today that can hold it down by themselves. And the reason why is because I don't try to lean on other people for content. I feel like if I can't do it by myself, I shouldn't be doing it. Now, it's cool from time to time to have people come up and people come on. But you know what I've found out? And a lot of people probably get mad at me because I don't have guests on a regular basis. But I hate to tell you, but people come to the Angryman show to listen to Angryman. And the reason I know this is because every single time, and it's not hubris, it's not me being egotistical or any of that. What I notice is whenever I open up a panel and start bringing people onto the show, my numbers start dropping. If I close that panel and get back to talking, the numbers go back up. People come here to watch me. You feel me? Those that come here, they come here to watch me. But we've already seen the proof of this. Just because you're a celebrity don't mean you're going to be good at this. And I don't care what nobody say. This right here, this format right here, this is what separates the men from the boys. Flat out. This right here is the ultimate equalizer. Because it doesn't matter how famous you are. It doesn't matter how much of a celebrity you are. When it comes to this, the only thing that matters is personality. That's it. That is it. Because there have been many celebrities that have tried their hand at this and they failed miserably. Now, I'll give props to Joe Budden, Joe Rogan, any of the celebrities that you see that have a Corey Holcomb. I'll give props to any of the celebrities you see that have successful podcasts. When I look at that, it's only proof to me that those individuals have personality, right? You look at somebody like Joe Budden, hate him or love him, he has personality. Okay? Joe Rogan has personality. Awesome interviewer. Awesome interviewer, right? You look at a lot of these guys, you know, they have personality. They have the ability to hold it down and be entertaining, informative, and all of those things at one time. And me personally, I don't think Whoopi Goldberg, if Whoopi Goldberg was to do a podcast where it's just her talking, I don't think she would do numbers. I don't think she would do numbers. I believe she has to have the support of the rest of the View in order, and I don't think any of them would. If they were to try their hand at doing live streams by themselves, right? They wouldn't be able to do it. And most of the celebrities, what they will lean on in order to get their numbers is their contact list, their Rolodex. And look, I'm not knocking the hustle, but a lot of the celebrities, they got a cheat code. And a lot of times, even with that cheat code, they can't do the numbers that a lot of us do. So you have some celebrities, they'll try to do the Shannon Sharp thing, where they'll have celebrities come on their show all the time in order to get those numbers. You feel me? Whereas you have some folks that ain't got to do that. But you look at somebody like Joy Behar, Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Reid, you know, these commentators, if they were to do a podcast or a live stream where it's just them talking, ain't nobody gonna watch that shit. Ain't nobody gonna watch that shit. Ain't nobody trying to see that shit. It just is what it is. Shout out to BT, said, doesn't she have money long as Train Smoke? Yeah, yes, she does. That's the main reason why sitting up there pretending like she's struggling is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard in my life. And she should be getting roasted right now for making that statement. She should be getting roasted. And here's the thing. The things that I'm saying right now about these people, we're going to get a chance to see if it's true. Because when CNN, MSNBC, all of these places start firing people, what do you think they're going to do? What do you think they're going to do? They're going to run to YouTube or whatever platform, and they're going to try to start live streams or podcasts. And you know what's funny? This is what's hilarious. So Comcast is if I remember correctly, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up and see so I don't misquote. Shout out to No Hearts, No Love, said, did you notice the celebrities you named are all men? The audience knows who's worth listening to. Yeah, facts. Facts. Let's see. So Comcast is trying to sell MSNBC. Okay, so it said it's over for the Democrats. Comcast to sell MSNBC, Oprah's Oxygen network. Comcast, the media powerhouse behind NBC Universal, is stirring up major buzz in the entertainment industry. The company recently announced that it's considering a significant move, separating from several of its top cable networks, including MSNBC, CNBC, Bravo, and Oprah Winfrey's Oxygen. This surprising revelation came from Comcast President Mike Cavanaugh during the company's third quarter earnings call, and it has left media analysts and TV enthusiasts asking a ton of questions about the future of these beloved channels. while Comcast beloved, you're right. While Comcast Broadcast Network NBC and its streaming service Peacock will be spared. So network NBC and Peacock will be spared from the proposed separation. It's a clear sign that the cable TV world is shifting dramatically, and Comcast might be the next major company to embrace that change. You know what I thought that's hilarious? What if Elon buys that shit? I doubt he will. But what if Elon bought that shit? Do you know how mad they would be? You know how mad they would be? So we're now living in the cut cable era. The cable cut era, right? Why Comcast might be pulling back from cable networks. For years now, traditional cable TV has been steadily losing subscribers as millions of viewers cut the cord in favor of streaming platforms like Netflix, Hulu, and Comcast's own Peacock. With streaming becoming the dominant form of entertainment for many households, cable networks have been scrambling to keep up. Subscriber numbers have dwindled, ad revenue has taken a hit, and the high cost of content production has forced even the biggest media companies to rethink their strategies. It's no longer enough to rely on traditional TV bundle. Consumers want flexibility, customization, and above all, streaming. And you know what? They're bugging because they're talking about streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, and all of that. The only reason those services are actually doing decent is because it's on demand. You can watch it whenever you feel like it. But to be truthfully honest, what's really kicking their butts is YouTube. YouTube is really what's kicking their butts, right? And the sad part is they can't do anything about it because YouTube is owned by Google, which is the biggest company in the world. So they can't really do anything about it. Comcast has been feeling the squeeze from this trend, and so the company has decided to double down on its streaming service. Peacock launched in 2020. Don't nobody watch Peacock. Peacock started strong, offering a mix of exclusive NBC shows, sports events, and original content. Plus, it was even the home of the Summer Olympics this year. In other words, a bunch of woke crap. And it seems to be paying off. Peacock's subscriber base jumped by 3 million in the last quarter alone, bringing it up to a hefty 36 million. For Comcast, Peacock is the clear growth vehicle, which may be why they're willing to reevaluate their commitment to traditional cable networks. Like I told you, they cannot bring in the numbers. They can't bring in the numbers. People are sick of that crap. People are sick of that crap. They can't bring in the numbers. So what you gonna do? Yeah, Peacock is trash. I don't know where them numbers came from. Peacock is trash. When it comes to streaming services, the streaming services that I lean heavily on is Netflix, Hulu, Disney, but only Disney Plus, but because you can bundle it with Hulu and then HBO Max. You feel me? And Amazon Prime. You feel me? Really, to be truthfully honest, out of all of those streaming services, the one I watch the most is Amazon Prime. That's the one I watch the most. I watch Amazon Prime the most. And of course, yeah, you know I gotta have Crunchyroll so I can check out the anime. I've been watching Dragon Ball Daima lately, and it's been pissing me off. It's just another version. It's so annoying. That Dragon Ball, and I don't mean to go down this road, but I just gotta say this. That Dragon Ball Daima, that is just another version of Dragon Ball grand tour. It's the same crap. It's the same. So instead of giving us more Dragon Ball Super, right? Instead of giving us the moral arc and the granola arc, and then eventually introducing Black Frieza so we can see what that's going to be like. We got to sit back and watch them try to recapture the nostalgia of Dragon Ball by making Goku a kid again. Like, this is so goofy. It's so damn goofy, bruh. It's so goofy. You feel me? But anyway, going back to what I was saying, not to go off on a tangent on that, because I would have been giving y'all commentary about that in the community tab the way I did with One Piece, but Dragon Ball Daima is boring. It's so freaking boring, fam. But yeah, out of all of those streaming services, I watch Prime, and I've been watching Prime, a little bit of Netflix, and HBO Max, because Max has the Penguin series, which is awesome. You feel me? And with Prime, you know, I'll be watching From, and you know, there's a couple of series that I actually be watching, right? But if I'm not watching that, my primary platform that I watch on a regular basis is YouTube. It's YouTube. Because to be truthfully honest, when it comes to television shows like sitcoms and things of that nature, all of that is cool, right? All of that is cool. Oh yeah, I will say this. I don't know which network it's on. I don't know if it's on Peacock. It might be CBS. Damon Wayans and his son have a good show. I've been checking that show out. They got a pretty funny show. Damon Wayans and his son have a pretty funny show. If you haven't, I think it's called Papa's House or something. If y'all haven't checked that out, check it out when you get a chance. That's actually a good show. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, like it's a wrap for mainstream media, unless they get their shit together. What I'm predicting is that you're gonna now see a shift from mainstream media being extremely liberal to moving more in the conservative area. They're already talking about adding two conservative hosts for The View. Now, can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? They're getting their butt kicked so bad in ratings that they're thinking about, because you know what they usually do? They usually get one conservative to go on The View, and that person is always the most soft-spoken person, and they're always supplicating to the rest of the host and all of that crap. But now what they're thinking about doing is adding two more conservative people, like trying to balance it out. You feel me? But the only way it would work is if those conservatives were hardcore conservatives to match the energy of those hardcore liberals. You feel me? But I think it's too little too late. You're going to see the rise of independent media. We're already watching the rise of it, right? Which will be awesome, because if it gets to that point, you're going to start seeing advertisers and companies looking to YouTubers to promote their products and services, right? Which means there'll be more opportunity for independent journalists, more opportunity for independent content creators to actually get sponsorships and things of that nature. You feel what I'm saying? Which, that would be awesome. But anyway, with that being said, I'm about to get up out of here, man, and go, matter of fact, I need to go watch the Penguin. So I've been putting that off because I've been working so much. But for everybody that came through, I appreciate you guys for coming through hanging out with me, kicking it with me as always. That's another thing that they can't do on The View. That's another thing that a lot of them can't do. Most of them cannot sit in front of a camera, go live, and talk for 3 hours and keep the audience while they're doing it. They can't do it, right? But for those of you that came through, I appreciate you guys for hitting the like button. Appreciate you guys for supporting the show. Shout out to Joe for being a sponsor. I really appreciate you. Shout out to Derek, who just hit us up. Appreciate that, fam. Make sure you guys go check out my book on Amazon. All you have to do is go to Amazon, type The Angryman Standard in the search bar, and it will come up. It's available in hardcover and paperback. Also, if you want to check out the merchandise, you can click the link that's on the screen, or you can go to shopBinoNation.com. Again, that is shopBinoNation.com. But other than that, oh yeah, by the way, hey, make sure y'all check me out on X. Now that Elon owns X, I can talk mad trash over there. I be posting stuff, all of that. So make sure you go follow me on X at Angryman Channel. We be having a good old time over there. I be talking mad stuff, all of that. So go check me out over there. But other than that, man, salute to everybody. Salute to the BINO Nation. Appreciate you guys. I'm gonna holler at you later. Deuces.
Spartans! What is your profession?